Welcome back. This is the second of two videos about opening phrases in Smallsword. So we've already looked at all of the 6 guard positions, and we've looked at ways to use beats and change beats to open lines of attack to start phrases. We're going to look at 2 more advanced ways to open a phrase now, the glissade and the feint. So let's take a look. Dante, would you mind throwing up these? So let's go back to guard of 3 here. So a little more extended. Remember, this is 75% of the way. Okay. Now a glissade is a grazing motion. So instead of beating the blade away, I'm going to graze down it and press it away. And then kind of bounce my blade off it into my online attack right there. So it sounds different. It looks slightly different, it feels a little bit different, but it's basically the same thing as a beat attack where I'm removing the blade in the same direction. It's just, it feels and sounds a little different. Instead of a hard, compressive beat sound, it's a grazing sound. There. So this is a glissade. I am grazing the blade away and pointing to my target right there. So that is another way to do it. We can do these in all the lines, so that's 3. Let's go to 4. Okay, here's the beat. That's percussive. Here's the glissade. There we go. Let's try that again. Nice and there we go. And let's now go to 7. Let's go down here. Let's go 7. Here's the beat, and then glissade. Although, you know what? We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do the low lines. We're just gonna do the high lines for these. Let's make it nice and simple. So we've done 3 and 4. Now let's also take a look at another way of doing this as a feint. So here we are in 3. So I can also just feint as if I am going to attack. I start to attack, and I see that my partner starts to parry here. Now I can do one of 2 things. I can do a piston action, where I now pull my blade back. He continues to parry, and now he's gone into the parry position. My blade's on the inside now, and I can do what's called a redoublement. And now I can attack in. Or I could start that feint attack. I see he starts to parry, and I could do a deception to a different line of attack. So once again, I do the feint, and I can either redouble to the same line, or I could do the feint and then deceive either to the same or even to a different line. But the idea is I start the attack, they start to parry, I move the blade out of the way, and then I continue on. Now, of course, these are all very aggressive ways of opening. There's also another way of opening a fight which is not aggressive, and that is an invitation. So instead of starting from a guard position, I might start open and inviting, knowing that my partner is going to attack. So my partner starts to attack, and then I can come in, and now I've got a parry, and now I can riposte from that parry. So I might even start something like this over here, inviting. My partner comes in to attack, and now I can go in. So that's an invitation. So those are 3 more ways. So we've got the glissade, we've got the feint, and we've got the invitation. So here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to show me an example of each of those. And you can pick your guard position. You can either be 3 or 4. If you really want to, you can try it with 6. But do it from a high line. So here is 3. The glissade is going to graze down and then up. And then we're going to do a feint. And it could be a feint with a piston action redoublement. Or it could be a feint with a deception. And then finally, we could do an invitation here, which could then end up with a parry riposte. So that was all from 3. We could also do this from 4. Here's the glissade. Here is the feint, piston, redouble, or feint, deception, or invitation, parry, riposte. So I'd like you to pick a line of attack and show me an example of each of those 3, please. A glissade, a feint, and an invitation. Easy peasy.